ending we all expected but weren't ready for. I've always been high on the emotion part of Mob. They show subtle hints throughout the series of Mob growing as a character and even growing as a person. Most people just glance over it, but I really did notice the change in Mob. This scene right here really stood out to me. It showed Mob actually showing emotion but not showing emotion. He was coming into himself more.
I do have feelings. When I listen, they remind me what's important in my heart.
But let's get to Regan. We always knew Regan was a great master and a great mentor, but to this extent is something I didn't think I would ever see. Regan's ability to overcome the most heinous things is just incredible. We've seen Regan overcome things like whenever he got exposed on television and still overcame it with the help of Mob, but no normal person would be able to do that. Now we start the last season off with Regan actually being courageous enough to go up to a monstrous mob that everyone's afraid of. Even Serizawa can handle it, but Regan didn't care. The thing that stood out to me in the beginning of this episode was Regan working out. This was a huge thing. When we first saw Regan actually running with Mob that one time, he hated it. Do people do things that they hate? No. But are they motivated to do things that they hate because they love other people? Yes. And what we see with Regan here is that he forced himself to work out. He forced himself to work hard like Mob did. Regan did it in secret, and that shows me that he did it all for Mob. What got me hyped was the opening. This opening was so fucking good. When Regan was running through all the debris and stuff just trying to get to Mob, that was the most awesome scene of all time. Then it had like the 20, the little song, that was heat. And then we get to this scene where Regan actually does catch up with Mob. Regan tells Mob that he doesn't have Esper powers. He's a fake. He's nothing like Mob. But in that same sense, he's everything like Mob. He has something to hide. He has an evil side. Mob isn't any different from anybody else. I'm sure all of you guys have a side of you that you don't want people to see. And that's the same with Mob. It shows that he's human. Let me clear up some things because people did seem to be confused. Yes, Mob did know that Regan was a fake, but it was the fact that Regan exposed himself. Regan was able to come out to Mob. It showed Mob that Regan really did care. Mob knew deep down inside that Regan also had a bad side, but Mob was neglecting that. And once Regan brought it to light, that's when Mob could truly see that he's not different than anybody else. Oh yeah, and Dimple came back. That was fucking awesome. I love that Dimple was there. I wish he did have a bigger role, but I'm not mad at the role. Yeah, that was great. It was spectacular. Almost made me cry. And then we get to the infamous scene where Mob gets rejected. This is the best scene of all of the anime, and I'm gonna tell you why. Throughout the whole season, we see Mob not showing any emotion at all. Even going as far as telling Dimple that fighting him at 100% would be way more easier than making him show emotion.
Come at me with everything you've got. You might find that task a hell of a lot easier than making me laugh.
Now, if you watch Mob, that is a hard-ass task to do. Beating Mob at 100% is damn near impossible. I liked how one portrays Mob's emotions. It was spectacular, amazing, you could even say. We see Regan comfort Mob, and that was just so amazing. That made me so happy. We skip towards the end, where Mob is with all his friends. I'm glad this girl right here got a job there, because she is meant to be there. Come on, she's awesome. Serizawa's happy as ever. He's actually able to talk to people now, which makes me even more happy. This whole episode just fucking makes me happy. Just makes me so fucking happy. Then here's the moment. They surprise Regan with a surprise party. Regan comes in, he drops the cake, someone stops the cake midair, he face plants straight into the cake, and we see everyone laughing as the camera slowly panels to everyone. And the final scene we see is Mob laughing.
これから依頼に来るんだぞ。そうだっけ？お前ら手伝ってもらうからな。
Which to a normal person wouldn't hold any significant value. You'd be like, wow, he's only laughing. What does that even mean? Like, why would that make you happy? But it's the fact that Mob can laugh that overwhelms me with joy and everybody else watching. My one criticism of this would be like, I wish that they had Mob fighting more in his question mark form, but that's just nitpicking. Awesome anime, awesome ending. Thank you, One, for making everyone's life better. Sho looks exactly like his fucking dad. That's sick. Peace.